The Philadelphia Eagles travel to Minnesota to face the Vikings on Sunday. Philadelphia is installed as a 4.5-point favorite on BETDAQ, 51 the total in this game. Now there's an easy and obvious side here. The Eagles have won 5 straight games. They now sit at 8-5, all alone atop the NFC East. The Vikings, meanwhile, have only won 3 games all year. They're just playing for pride at this point. They also have a defense that ranks 31st, next to last in the NFL in both yards allowed and points allowed, while the Eagles have an offense that ranks 3rd in total yards per game. So what we have here is a good team with a really good offense in Philadelphia facing a bad team with a really bad defense in Minnesota. So the obvious play here is on Philadelphia minus 4.5. Not surprisingly, the public has been all over the Eagles this week at sportsbooks around the world. We wrote about this game on our Vegas Line Moves article here on the site, and the line has moved in the Philadelphia direction ever since it was posted in Las Vegas. And I certainly understand that play, not trying to talk you out of that play because, quite frankly, I think I have an Eagles lean as well. However, I do want to caution you, there's another side here. Just take a long look at this game. This game might not be quite as easy as it first appears because the Minnesota Vikings are playing their best football of the season as well. The Vikings have covered in 5 of their last 6 games. You look at last week's game, they went on the road to Baltimore to face a good Ravens team that badly needed the game, and the Vikings nearly won that game. They should have won that game, to be honest with you. Joe Flacco throwing a touchdown pass with less than 10 seconds left to pull it out for Baltimore. So the Vikings still playing hard, and not only are they playing hard, they're playing better than they have at any point this season. Matt Castle will get the call at quarterback here on Sunday. I do believe Castle's their best option at the position. He has played in all 3 of their wins this season. Now, Adrian Peterson probably not going to play. And that is one of the main reasons why I cannot get behind a Minnesota bet in this situation, because the Vikings already struggle on offense. Peterson, obviously their best player. He was playing well before he hurt his foot last week, listed as doubtful for this game. Toby Gerhart, the backup, he is listed as questionable. So Minnesota has real problems on offense, and they've had problems on that defense all season. So, I do like Philadelphia here. Quite frankly, it's tough to turn away from Philadelphia. This is one of those where if you backed Minnesota, really, you would only be going on betting patterns and things of that nature, even though, as we said, the Vikings have covered 5 of their last 6 games. And full disclosure, last week, the line I said was all suspicious was the Kansas City -3 on the road in Washington line. I said, it's just impossible to make a case for the Redskins. And, we always see cases like this, and the Redskins are going to cover somehow. The public is all over the Chiefs, blah, blah, blah. By the time it was about 38-0 midway through the second quarter, I wondered just how much money my paranoia had cost me through the years. But this is another one of those cases where really only paranoia would take you off the Philadelphia Eagles. But we gamblers are nothing if not paranoid. I think I might stay away from this one, even though I do lean towards Philadelphia. And I think the bet I might like a little more here is over 51. Worth noting, the over is 6-1 in Philadelphia's last 7 road games and 6-1 in Minnesota's last 6 home games. 2 bad defenses here are 2 defenses that get up a lot of yards. Philadelphia has tightened up in terms of giving up points over the last few weeks, but Philadelphia has a great offense. Minnesota, as we said, struggles on defense. So over 51 might be one to look at here, and maybe Philadelphia minus 4.5, I guess.